You have Canelo Alvarez kind of wanting his way out of his contract. You have Jermall Charlo taking on the perfect opponent in Sergey Derevyanchenko. If he can get past Sergey Derevyanchenko, especially in sensational fashion, you can have the fans just salivating at the mouth for a possible Jermall Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. And now you have Al Heyman and the PBC coming around the corner saying, hey, look, Canelo Alvarez, we want you with PBC.
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, The Adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, The Adult. I'm out.
Oops! Up off net? Yeah! Up off net! What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, The Adult. Alright, man, look. So, Canelo Alvarez lawsuit against Golden Boy and DAZN breach of contract. Let's talk about it. Oops! Alright, man, look. Yo! Look, I read this last night. You know what? I was surprised. I felt like, oh man, for DAZN, like, you know what I mean? Because they really was trying to get this whole new idea of a streaming service, all this stuff off the ground, then the pandemic, and now this. But at the same time, I felt as a boxing fan, okay, all right, because in my mind, this means that we're going to get extremely soon, okay, if Canelo Alvarez isn't out of boxing for like years or whatever, kind of like what happened to Mikey Garcia. If this doesn't happen to Canelo Alvarez being in a fight with a lawsuit, if we can see him back in the ring sooner than later, I'm thinking we're going to definitely get him versus Jermall Charlo. Let's go! Yeah. Look, for me, I'm looking at this like, wait a minute, with my crystal ball, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know, this is a perfect storm that really ends up with Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo. And this isn't just wishful thinking. I'll tell you guys how I got there. But first, I want to say this. For all of you guys that's in the comments right now that are still making comments about ShowBizz the Adult cutting his hair, like ShowBizz, why you cut off the fro, man? Why you cut off your hair? Look, man, it happens sometimes. You guys are acting like I'm Sinead O'Connor or somebody. I just got done watching Serena Williams win the quarterfinals. Doing good in the U.S. Open. Serena Williams, you almost gave me a heart attack, okay? Because I got money on Serena Williams winning it all on BUSR.com/ShowBizz. If you haven't done it already, make an account there at BUSR.com. Go to /ShowBizz since you are a ShowBizz's partner. If you're one of my subscribers, you get 20% off. So place your bets there. Actually, right now, how I'm feeling right now, I'm going to place a bet on Jermall Charlo beating Sergey Derevyanchenko. Let's do that right now. Right there. There's boxing. Yeah. Let's go to Jermall Charlo. Hey, hold up. I'm actually nervous right now. You know what? Let's put 1,000 on it. Let's go. Ah! Yeah. If you feel as confident as I do, go to BUSR.com/ShowBizz. But let's talk about the big news. ShowBizz the mug, if you don't get your black 2 sugars. Look, the big news is this. Canelo Alvarez and his lawsuit against Golden Boy and DAZN. Look, the lawsuit is for over $280 million or something like that. It's for breach of contract, and there's a lot of things that was going on there. Canelo Alvarez is practically saying that he was promised a certain amount of money. DAZN wasn't guaranteeing that money, talking about offers in good faith and stuff like that. And really, you don't mess with a man's pockets like that. So I can understand why Canelo Alvarez is disturbed. And quite frankly, he's pretty pissed off. Canelo Alvarez hasn't really been able to land the fights he wants. And he was available to land the fights they wanted. And this is what I mean. What, over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, but over a year ago, Golden Boy was really pushing for that third fight with Triple G. Canelo Alvarez was saying that he wasn't really that interested in a third fight with Triple G. But Canelo was going to go on with it, but Triple G said, you know, he's not really feeling it himself. And things just kind of spiraled out of control from then on. You were talking about fights with Murata. You were talking about fights with Yami Magia. The fight with Callum Smith was kind of going back and forth. Callum Smith felt lowball. The offers for Billy Joe Saunders, that was going back and forth. Billy Joe Saunders, he kind of got himself out the fight, but still Billy Joe Saunders was saying that he felt lowballed. And then the latest was him against Urim, but then DAZN didn't want to approve that, saying, hey, look, man, that's just not enough money. And really, it's a perfect storm, right? You have the pandemic that's not allowing for crowds to come to fights, so you're not going to get that type of revenue stream. Not revenue stream coming from ticket sales. And DAZN is a streaming service. I mean, they rely on memberships. They can't jack up the prices on a pay-per-view. So they're kind of struck. And really, it's not really my place to get into the ins and outs of the lawsuit. I'm going to allow people who really knows what's going on there. I'm not going to even pretend to act like that I know exactly what's going on with all the ins and outs with that lawsuit. Really, that's above my pay grade. But we could talk about that perfect storm and how this all leads to Jermall Charlo. Black Two Sugars. So the best thing about all this is Canelo Alvarez and his fighting spirit, right? And this is what I really love about it. Canelo Alvarez, he has a quote here that I'm going to read to you guys where he is saying, hey, look, man, I just want the fights, man. I just want to fight, okay? And I'm not allowed to do that, and that's what I am. I'm a fighter. Check this out. So this is CBS Boxing by Brian Campbell, where Canelo Alvarez says, and I quote, I'm the pound for pound #1 in the world, Alvarez told The Athletic in a statement. I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring, and I'm not trying to let failures of my broadcaster or promoters keep me out of the ring. I filed the lawsuit so I can get back to boxing and give the fans the show they deserve. You know what? Let's ring the Tyson bell for that one. This is for you, Canelo. Yeah! Now, we've been hearing whispers about Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy having these issues, and Canelo Alvarez and DAZN. And through that, we were starting to hear little whispers about PBC coming around the corner saying, hey, look, man, we want you, Canelo Alvarez. And that's a part of my whole perfect storm, right? So you have this lawsuit, you have Canelo Alvarez looking for an opponent, you have Canelo Alvarez kind of wanting his way out of his contract, you have Jermall Charlo taking on the perfect opponent in Sergey Derevyanchenko. If he can get past Sergey Derevyanchenko, especially in sensational fashion, you can have the fans just salivating at the mouth for a possible Jermall Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez. And now you have Al Heyman and the PBC coming around the corner saying, hey, look, Canelo Alvarez, we want you with PBC. Now, if you think about it, I don't know exactly where else Canelo Alvarez should go. Now, he can go to Top Rank, but the PBC got guys like Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez. I personally think it's a perfect storm to have Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. And ShowBizz Adult, I'm out.